There are places on our planet that feel like echoes from a time long past. Places where the modern world's relentless hum fades into a profound and ancient silence. Alaska is such a place. It is not merely a destination on a map, it is an experience, a feeling that settles deep within the soul. Here, the air itself seems to carry the weight of untold millennia, pure and sharp in the lungs. To stand in its presence is to be reminded of what the world was before us. The silence is not empty, it is filled with the whisper of the wind through spruce trees, the distant crash of a calving glacier, and the soft footfall of a creature you may never see. It is a silence that speaks volumes, telling a story of resilience, power, and untamed beauty. This is a land that resists being tamed. Its sheer scale is difficult for the human mind to fully comprehend. It is vast beyond imagination, a kingdom of ice and green, stone and water. The feeling it evokes is one of ultimate freedom, a return to something primal and essential that many of us have forgotten we ever lost. It is a purity that washes over you, cleansing the clutter of daily life, and leaving only what is real and immediate. You are simply a visitor, a temporary witness to a grandeur that has existed for eons and will continue long after you have departed. This humbling realization is not frightening, but deeply comforting. It connects you to the earth in a way that few other places can manage. One feels an immense sense of gratitude in this wilderness. Gratitude for the opportunity to see nature in its most raw and powerful state. The world here operates on its own terms, governed by the rhythm of the seasons and the timeless cycles of life and death. The sun can shine for 24 hours, bathing the landscape in a soft, ethereal light that makes time itself feel fluid and unimportant. Or it can disappear for months, leaving the world to the quiet magic of the aurora borealis dancing across a star-filled sky. To be here is to be a guest in a magnificent living museum, where every mountain peak and winding river is an exhibit of unparalleled artistry, sculpted by the patient hand of nature itself. The journey into Alaska is therefore a journey inward. As the vast open spaces unfold before you, something within you also begins to open up. The small worries and anxieties that occupy our thoughts seem to shrink in the face of such monumental scenery. It is a place that forces you to be present, to look, to listen, and to simply be. You become a part of the landscape, not separate from it. This connection is transformative. It strips away the unnecessary layers we accumulate in our busy lives and reveals a simpler, more authentic version of ourselves. It is a powerful reminder that we are and always will be a part of the natural world, not its masters. Alaska's landscapes are the work of titans. They are dramatic, powerful, and utterly breathtaking. Imagine mountains that tear at the sky, their jagged peaks permanently crowned with snow even in the height of summer. The Alaska Range, home to the colossal Denali, is a formidable barrier of rock and ice, a true testament to the geological forces that have shaped our planet. These are not gentle, rolling hills. They are sharp, unforgiving, and magnificent in their severity. They stand as silent sentinels, watching over the vast lands that spread out from their feet, their scale making all human endeavors seem small and fleeting in comparison. The sheer verticality of it all can leave one breathless, feeling the immense power of the Earth's crust. From these great mountains, rivers of ice flow. Glaciers, looking like frozen blue torrents, carve their way slowly but inexorably through the valleys they themselves have created. To stand near one is to hear it breathe. The groans, cracks, and deep rumbles are the sounds of the planet at work, a slow-motion process of creation and destruction. When a colossal chunk of ice calves from the glacier's face and crashes into the sea, the sound is like thunder. It is a visceral, humbling display of nature's raw power. These glaciers feed turquoise lakes and milky rivers that wind their way through the land, carrying the lifeblood of the mountains down to the sea, nourishing everything they touch along their path. Beyond the ice, the land transforms into sprawling tundra. In the summer, this seemingly barren expanse explodes with life. It becomes a carpet of soft mosses, hardy wildflowers, and low-lying shrubs, all painted in vibrant shades of green, red, and yellow. It stretches to the horizon, a vast and open space under an enormous sky. This is the great nursery for countless migrating birds and the feeding ground for herds of caribou. To walk upon it is to feel the soft, spongy earth beneath your feet, a living ground that has endured the harshest of winters. It is a landscape of subtle beauty, one that rewards the patient observer with its delicate details and immense sense of peace. And then there are the forests and the coastlines. The temperate rainforests of the southeast are dense, damp, and dripping with life. Towering Sitka spruce and western hemlock trees create a cathedral-like canopy where sunlight filters down in soft rays. The forest floor is a lush tapestry of ferns and moss, a world of green on green. This verdant world meets a dramatic coastline, a labyrinth of fjords, inlets, and thousands of islands. Here the land and sea are locked in an intricate dance. The dark, deep waters reflect the forested mountains, creating a scene of almost impossible beauty and serenity. It is a world where the boundaries between different ecosystems blur into one magnificent whole. In Alaska, humanity is not the dominant force. This is a kingdom of animals. Wildlife rules here, and to witness it is to see the world as it was meant to be. The great brown bears of Katmai or Kodiak Island are perhaps the most iconic. To see one ambling along a riverbank, its immense power held in a relaxed and confident gait, is a moment of pure awe. They are the undisputed monarchs of this land. Watching them fish for salmon, swatting the leaping fish from the air with startling speed is not a threatening experience. Instead, it is deeply humbling. It is a privilege to share their space, to observe their lives, and to recognize our place as respectful visitors in their world. The land is also home to other giants. The moose, with its enormous antlers and surprisingly graceful movements, can often be seen wading through shallow ponds, feeding on aquatic plants. They seem almost prehistoric, creatures of myth brought to life. In the vast open spaces of the north, great herds of caribou undertake one of the planet's most epic migrations, their hooves clicking as they travel across the tundra. Their journey is an ancient rhythm, a pulse that beats through the heart of the Alaskan wilderness. Seeing this endless river of life moving across the landscape is a powerful reminder of the unbreakable connection between animals and the land they depend on. The skies and seas are just as full of life. The bald eagle, a symbol of wildness itself, is a common sight. They perch atop tall spruce trees, their white heads standing out against the dark green, their piercing eyes scanning the waters below. To see one dive, its talons extended to snatch a fish from the surface, is to witness perfection in motion. And in the cold, nutrient-rich waters of the coast, another kind of giant reigns. Humpback whales breach, launching their entire bodies out of the water in a breathtaking display of power and grace. The sound of their breath, a deep exhalation that hangs in the crisp air, is a sound you feel as much as you hear. This abundance of wildlife changes you. It rearranges your perspective on the world. In our daily lives we are so often insulated from the natural world. In Alaska you are immersed in it. You are not just looking at a picture, you are living inside it. This proximity to wild animals, living their lives according to ancient instincts, fosters a profound sense of respect. It is a reminder that we share this planet with other magnificent beings, and that their world is just as important, just as valid as our own. It is a lesson in coexistence, a powerful and unforgettable experience that stays with you forever. To visit Alaska is to undergo a quiet transformation. The sheer scale and raw beauty of the land have a profound emotional and spiritual effect on all who come here. It begins with a sense of awe that is, honestly, almost overwhelming. Standing at the base of a mountain that disappears into the clouds or watching a glacier calve into the sea, you are confronted with a power far greater than yourself. This experience, well, it has a way of putting your own life into perspective. The problems and stresses that seemed so large back home suddenly feel insignificant in the face of such timeless grandeur. It is a humbling experience, but one that is liberating rather than diminishing. This initial awe soon gives way to a deep and abiding sense of peace. The silence of the wilderness, broken only by the sounds of nature, calms the mind. There is a stillness here that somehow seeps into your very being. Away from the constant noise and demands of modern life, you can finally hear your own thoughts. Or better yet, experience the simple joy of not having to think at all. You can just be. Walking through a quiet forest or sitting by a tranquil lake, you feel a connection to the earth that is both grounding and restorative. It is a peace that comes from recognizing your small but meaningful place in the vast tapestry of existence. For many, this journey becomes a spiritual one. In the presence of such untouched nature, it is easy to feel a connection to something larger than oneself. Whether you call it God, nature, or the universe, there is a palpable sense of the sacred in the Alaskan wilderness. The sight of the aurora borealis painting the night sky with impossible colors, or the quiet strength of a 1,000-year-old tree, can feel like a direct communication from the heart of the world. It is a deeply personal and often emotional experience, one that can reawaken a sense of wonder that may have lain dormant for years. It reminds us that there is still magic in the world. Ultimately, Alaska changes you. You do not leave the same person you were when you arrived. You carry the memory of its vastness, its silence, and its wild beauty with you. It instills a renewed appreciation for the natural world and a stronger desire to protect it. The experience can inspire a shift in priorities, a greater focus on what truly matters in life: connection, experience, and the simple, profound beauty of the world around us. Alaska gives you a gift, a new perspective, a sense of peace, and a piece of its wild spirit to carry in your heart forever. It is a journey that continues long after you have returned home. Life in Alaska is fundamentally shaped by its powerful seasons, each one presenting a unique and magical face to the world. The summer is a time of explosive life and endless light. The sun hangs in the sky for 20 hours or more, creating a long, drawn-out twilight that blurs the line between day and night. This is the midnight sun, a phenomenon that infuses the land with a frenetic energy. Wildflowers burst from the tundra in a riot of color, rivers swell with melting snow and teem with migrating salmon, and the entire landscape is a vibrant, almost impossibly deep green. It is a season of frantic activity, as plants and animals alike make the most of the brief but bountiful warmth and light. Then comes the autumn, a short but spectacular transition. The world is set ablaze in shades of gold, orange, and crimson. The tundra transforms into a fiery carpet, and the birch and aspen trees glow with a light that seems to come from within. The air grows crisp and clear, and the first dusting of snow, known as termination dust, appears on the high peaks, signaling the coming change. This is a time of preparation. The bears fatten themselves for their long slumber, and people chop wood and prepare their homes for the winter ahead. There is a sense of urgency and a poignant beauty in the air, a last, brilliant celebration before the world settles into its long rest. Winter in Alaska is a season of profound silence and serene beauty. The land is buried under a thick, insulating blanket of snow, which muffles all sound and transforms the landscape into a soft, minimalist world of white and shadow. The days are short, and in the far north the sun may not rise above the horizon at all. But this darkness is not empty. It is filled with its own unique light. The moon and stars shine with an incredible clarity in the cold, dry air, and most spectacularly, the aurora borealis dances across the sky. These shimmering curtains of green, pink, and purple light are a truly magical spectacle, a celestial ballet that makes the long nights a time of wonder and awe. Finally, spring arrives not as a gentle awakening but as a dramatic and powerful rebirth. The ice on the rivers begins to break up with thunderous cracks, a process that is both violent and exhilarating. The snow rapidly melts, revealing the awakening earth beneath, and the first green shoots appear with astonishing speed. Migratory birds return in their millions, their calls filling the air, and bears emerge from their dens, hungry and ready for the new season. There is an unstoppable sense of optimism and renewal in the Alaskan spring. It is a powerful testament to the resilience of life and the unending cycle of the seasons that defines this extraordinary land.